What up? This is the United Underground, and I'm here with Cali Brat. What's good?
Hi,
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good myself. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what initially got you into making music.
Well, my name is Callie Brat. You can also call me Summer. That's my name. Um, I'm from Los Angeles. What originally got me into music was actually just watching Hannah Montana. Believe it or not, I would watch Hannah Montana every single day, and then I would think like, I want to be this bitch. Like, I don't know why I would think like that, but I would just think, I want to be her. And then so I started making music like in my room. My mom got me like a karaoke set, and then I would just sing songs. And then I started doing that when I was younger. And then when I got to high school, I made my first rap song and everybody fucked with it. Like, it was crazy. Like, everybody at my school loved it. And then from there, I just started making music.
And how long have you been making music?
I've been making music pretty much my whole life. Cause like when I was watching Hannah Montana, I was like 10. So like I've been making music since I was like 10.
And when would you say you started taking it seriously?
I started taking it seriously last year in December when I started making R&B. Cause when I was doing the rap in high school, it was like for fun. Like I wasn't expecting anyone to really like it or catch on to it really, but they did. And then like I said, it was for fun, like high school, you have so much stuff going on, like you really can't focus on music. So I started taking it for real, seriously last year in December.
Okay, okay. Who would you say your top three inspirations are?
Top three inspirations. That's a good question. DC the Dawn, Mariah the Scientist, and dang, I really don't want to give. I really don't want to be wrong, but I'm gonna say Lil Wayne.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
And why would you say these three specifically?
DC the Dawn. I listen to his music a lot when I'm sad, and I feel like any music that I can relate to on an emotional level, it really inspires me to go out and make more music. Like that's what I think of when I'm making a song. I always try to add real emotion into it. So like I try to go back to like how those songs made me feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you what pushes you to keep going, but you kind of already explained that too.
Yeah. I would say, but I could explain it more too. Like I would say what pushes me to keep going is um I have a younger brother, and like we didn't have like a terrible life. Like we had a good life, but there are a lot of things in the world that we didn't get to experience being middle class, and I feel like I want him to experience everything that I never got to experience. Like I want him to see parts of the world that I never even imagined that I could see. You know what I mean? Sorry, I
Yeah,
think you
I
know what
get
I mean.
that completely. Yeah, so, in terms of your name, how did you come up with it?
My name. I actually had a manager at the time. She came up with a name for me. She was like, my name was, what was my name originally? It was something long. And she was like, that's just too long. Like when a DJ says your name, it should be two syllables. And then so she was like, your name's Summer. What do you think about when you think of summer? You think of Cali, and then you look like a Bratz doll. So why not just Cali Brat? And I was like, okay, that's pretty catchy.
Okay, and you just pretty much stuck with it since then, it stuck, huh?
Yeah, that was in high school that she gave me that. So I pretty much have had it since high school.
Are you out of high school right now?
Yeah, I'm out of high school.
Okay, in terms of just your music, what other things do you do besides your music? Or would you say your music is the main thing you do?
I think my music is the main thing that I want people to focus on, but I do modeling. I work a normal 9 to 5 to support music. I'm into really anything creative. I love photography. I love taking pictures of my friends. Um, what else? Really anything, fashion, anything that revolves around like the creative field. I like it.
Okay, okay. In terms of your music, what messages do you try to convey in it?
I try to convey to people that it's okay to express your emotions and it's okay to be sad about someone, but not to be hurt about them. You know what I mean? Does
Yeah.
that make sense? Yeah, like it's okay to be sad over someone and to feel like you miss them and like those feelings are completely normal, but to like sit around and sulk over a guy or sulk over a heartbreak is like unacceptable. I feel like that's my message that I put out to my supporters.
And how would you describe your music to people who have never listened to it before?
Mm, diverse ambient synth music. That's how I would describe it to people that have never heard it.
Are you more into switching up different sounds, different genres within your music, or do you pretty much stick to doing the same thing?
I mean, R&B is my main genre, but I do a bunch of different subgenres as well. Like I do rap, I do hyperpop, I do yeah. I pretty much do plug and B, hyperpop, D&B, R&B. Yeah. I think I said all of them.
And how do you go about marketing them since some of them are a little more diverse than others?
Well, I had a little bit of trouble before doing that, but Twitter really helps a lot. Like I'm in some Twitter group chats and they really be helping, and my Twitter in general just has good traction. So that helps with different people like who like different types of music. As far as Instagram, people are very stuck on R&B on Instagram, but I just really try to put out whatever I like. And I'm also trying to use like SoundCloud posts nowadays so that it'll
Ooh, what's
be
that?
like, like those people that post exclusive songs on SoundCloud pages and like they never post their own music, they just post like other artists.
Okay, that's cool. I've
Yeah.
I've never heard of that actually. Is that beneficial?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it from some of my friends that have used it. Like they've grown a lot from it and gotten like a lot of different fans that have never been on their page because like those SoundCloud hosts will have like 2,000 followers or like 24K followers on SoundCloud, and then they'll post a song and like with the artist name, and then people will go to the artist and look up more music from them.
That's good exposure for real. And then you said you marketed towards Twitter. Is Twitter really good at that?
Yeah, Twitter is good. I actually heard Yeet and Ice Spice came up the same way off of Twitter. I know people think that like TikTok had like a big thing to do with Ice Spice blowing up, but like Twitter was a big part of it too. She was in like a bunch of Twitter group chats and stuff, and from there she just would send her songs. And like I also seen one of Yeet's friends saying that he would send all his snippets in like the Twitter group chats, and they would flame him or they would say it was good. So I started doing that. And they do the same thing. Like they'll flame me or they'll be like, yo, that's fire. Like you should put that out.
Right. Since we're on the topic of underground artists, especially underground female artists in general, how do you feel like that is in the underground right now and where you stand in between it?
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, my supporters are fucking cool as fuck. I love them. I think I have probably some. I don't really keep up with female artists. I'm not gonna lie because I don't like to jock flow. I don't like to jock whatever the fuck they're doing. I like to do my own thing. But from what I have seen, I do see that some female artists, I'm not gonna say any names, but some female artists don't have a good fan base. Like they do, but like they're very sexualized. I feel like my fan base, they don't want me to be sexualized. Like they try to keep me as just an artist and they try to keep me like on track as just being an artist. You know what I mean? Like they're very supportive to me. They never bring me down. They never like I don't know. They really just help me. I've never really had a bad experience. The most bad experience I've had in the underground is with other artists. It's never like with my fan base or anything. It's always another artist that I thought would be cool and then he just turned out to be like really egoed or like just an asshole.
That was going to bring me to my next question, actually. Any tough things you faced with the underground or within people in the underground?
Uh there is some tough things that I face, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to say them because I'm like, oh no, I'm already past it. I don't know if I want to bring it back up, but I don't know. It's just basically people. Long story short, people in the underground lie a lot. They lie about everything for some reason. Not people, like specifically artists in the underground lie about a lot of things. And then it's like they don't realize that like with their lies could like come back and like bite them in the ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Pretty much. And then they want to play victim about it and be like, "Oh, I'm a victim," but it's like, "No, you're not a victim. You're just an asshole." And soon people will know that you're an asshole, but it's not my job to expose you as an asshole.
that's real. That's very real. What are your goals for the end of this year, maybe upcoming to the next 5?
My goals for the end of this year or to the next 5 years, I really want to just blow up with music. Like I want to have visuals. I want to just be like a real artist. I'm hoping that by time then I at least have like some type of investor or somebody to back up my music and help me financially with music. I want to definitely have an EP coming out with Molly Raw. I'm working on it right now, so Hopefully that comes out and that helps blow me up a little bit. What else? I'm hoping to maybe get some labels looking at me. I already have like A&Rs and stuff looking at me, but I want to get like a signing offer. But nothing like terrible. Like I want something good, you know?
Right. Okay,
Yeah, some
okay.
features probably too. Features too.
What's some features who would you would like to collab with?
Features I'd like to collab with. Flo Millie, Jades, Not, Xavier Wolf. Let me see who else. DC the Dawn, Autumn, Vori, Pierre. Yeah.
Any in the deeper underground side of things or in more in the mainstream side of things?
For underground, let me see. That's a good question. Let me see. I definitely have some. I like Skite. You ever heard of him?
No, but I'm definitely interested.
Yeah, I like him. I like Jace. He's cool. I would do something with him. Who else? I gotta be realistic with the sound because I like a lot of people in the underground, but not a lot of them would add up with my sound. Um, Midwest. I like him. David. There. I mean, David's not really underground anymore since he went on that tour with SZA, but he was. Um,
Have
Lil
you heard of
Tecca.
artists like
Tecca's not underground.
have you heard of artists like Kelty or maybe Nyla?
No, I've never heard of them.
I feel like they might fit correspondingly with your sound.
Okay, send them to me. I would love to check them out. Check out their music.
But speaking of your music, what songs do you really fuck with of your music? If somebody had to check your music out, what songs and why?
In the meantime, because that was my first R&B song that I got, and I just sounded exactly how I wanted it in my head. Like the mixing, nothing could fuck that song up. It was just perfect. It was a perfect song. Um, in the meantime, and definitely Back to You, because I feel like Back to You, I really put a lot of emotion into it, and it was like a real song. In the meantime, I wrote that just based off of like something that I would have felt if I was going through heartbreak. I wasn't going through anything during that moment. I just wrote it just to write it. But Back to You, I wrote that when I was talking to this artist and he ended up like leaving me for like some other girl, and I would just blow his phone up every single night like a loser, and I would be like, why don't you want me? Like you said you liked me, like da da da. And then I was just like, you know what? Like fuck that. This nigga's gonna like make a song off of me, like sending all these voicemails. So I might as well make a song before he makes a song. So I made that song and it's actually a banger. And so that one just means a lot to me. I don't know. Every time I listen to it, I just remember like exactly how I felt when I was writing it.
Yeah, I could definitely tell. And it got some radio time too.
Oh, really?
Well, that just what I looked at. I didn't want to assume anything.
Yeah, that one I don't know how it got so many views. One day it had 1,000, and then I went the other day and it was at 5,000. I don't know if somebody put it in a playlist or if somebody put it on like whatever they put it on, but that song has been like a lot of places. Like people really like that song.
Then you have a current song out right now. It's called Kiss and Tell. You want to tell us about that one?
Yeah, so that one is my first plug and B song that I ever did. That one was fun to make. It was really like not much thought into it. I didn't really, you know what? Did I write that about somebody? Well, it was technically it was about the same guy. It wasn't really about someone, but I like some of the lyrics in the song. I was writing about the guy from Back to You still.
Okay, okay. Well, stigmaing off of that, what advice would you have for other smaller artists, either just starting out or trying to find their sound?
Advice. I think the advice that I would have to other artists starting out is do whatever makes you happy. Don't get caught in the loop of trying to please everyone because you're not going to be the person that you think you're going to be doing that. Like, I listen to what my supporters say, but I don't let them dictate my whole life. Like I easily got caught in that loop when I first started off. Like, what do you guys want me to post? What kind of music do you guys want to hear? Like, da da da. What do you like? And then it goes back to the diverse thing. Like, oh, how do you get different people to listen? I don't care. I just shove it down their throats. Like literally, it's like, okay, well, you said you wanted a DMB song. Here's an R&B song. I don't care. And they're just kind of like becoming accustomed with it. So it's like, oh, okay, like whatever she puts out, she puts out. I just have to stream it. You know?
Yeah,
And
no, of course.
yeah. And what was the other thing? It was what was the advice that you have to give starting off, and then what else?
Just trying to find their sound.
Oh, yeah, trying to find your sound. I would say have fun with it. Don't be embarrassed to try new things. Like talking about the Plug and B song, Kiss and Tell. When I made that, I was so embarrassed. I'd never made a Plug and B song, and I was going based off of Autumn. Like, I love Autumn's music, and I was just like, damn, I want to make a song like Autumn. And when I got in the booth, my engineer, he only known me to do R&B. Like when I first started with him, we only did R&B. So like I told him I was like I want to do a Plug and B song, and he kind of looked at me like side eye, but I was like, no, like just give me a chance, let me try it out. And at first I tried it out and I got there's this thing as an artist where I feel like if you're making the same type of genre, you get stuck in that genre. Like you're making only R&B songs, you get stuck in an R&B flow. Like you can't hop to different beats. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
I was kind of stuck in like a R&B flow because I had kept making R&B beats. So that's why Kiss and Tell is more like a R&B plug and beat type of song. But now that I'm doing more diverse music, I'm doing R&B, rap, all of it at the same time. I can switch my flow up and do like a fast-paced rap song and then go to like a really slow-paced R&B song. And I feel like you shouldn't be afraid to try out new sounds because it makes you better like that. It makes you a better artist. If you keep prolonging trying a new sound because of what your fans will say or because what people think about you, then it's going to be harder for you to get into that genre and it's going to be harder for you to master that genre like someone who's been doing it from the get-go.
Okay, okay. Do you feel like with people who normally do stick to the same genre, they could still try new innovative ways to do different flows and different hooks and stuff to make it still sound interesting and carry out with just that genre?
Definitely. I think people should be having fun in the booth. Like for example, I'm not gonna name drop, but there's an artist that I know. He's a bigger artist. He's already signed and everything. And one way that he goes into the booth and records is like he plays around with like the melodies of like the lyrics that he already wrote. So like he'll be like, "I got a chopper on me," and then he'll be like, "I got a chopper on me." Like I feel like you shouldn't be afraid to do things like that and play around with different sounds like that because it makes the song sound completely different. It elevates the song completely.
Of course. I fuck with that a lot. Do you have anything coming up soon?
Yeah, I want to try to drop my song Stuffer. It's actually not a new song, it's just a song I've been sitting on for forever. I want to try to drop it on a SoundCloud host. And then after that drops, I have this song coming out with Molly Raw. It's an R&B song. And that one is I'm hoping it's going to do good. I'm going to like snippet it, promo it, and probably drop it next month.
All right. Well, I only have one more question for you then.
Of course.
Is there anything that you would like to say to anybody, fans, family, haters, anybody that doesn't know you, people in general?
Yeah, I think the one thing that I want to say to people that don't know me, friends, families. No, my friends and family all know me. So the one thing that I want to say to my friends and family is thank you for supporting me. I know that like sometimes you guys don't understand like the bigger picture, but you guys always blindly support me unconditionally. And love that. So thank you. One thing that I want to say to the haters is try to be nicer to people because everybody is literally still human. Artists are still human. And just because you see someone doing something doesn't mean that they didn't have to work hard to get there. It doesn't mean that they don't go through the same 24 hours a day as you do. Just because you see someone hanging out with people or like having a life that maybe you would want, it doesn't mean that they're always happy or that everything is peaches and rainbows. Like people still go through things every single day. People still live their lives every single day, just like you. And we're all humans. So just try being nicer to people.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to say or
Really, no, I think that's it. Is there anything else that you guys want to ask me or is that it?
I think those are all the questions that I have for you today. But
Okay.
I do appreciate you for tapping in with the United Underground.
Of course. I appreciate you guys for having me. I can't wait to come back.
All right. Well, this was the United Underground, and I was here with Cali Brat. That's a wrap.